Listen up, you blundering fools. It's time for the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. Get all the toy talk your evil hearts could desire from these nincompoops. Jason and Elgin.
Yo, Joe, and welcome to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast, where friends get together to talk about one of our shared loves,
hash browns,
and also toy collecting. We're here to celebrate how these little colorful pieces of plastic can transform you into a little kid again. Hash browns.
I know.
I feel like that one snuck up on you. If this is your first time listening to us or watching us on YouTube, first of all, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. But you're going to learn soon enough. We're not toy experts. We will be this episode, but typically hardly
normally.
ever.
Yeah, normally.
We're just enthusiasts, so we're not always going to get all the details right, and that's okay because we're all friends here.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of details, let me introduce Elgin. Look, it's Elgin over there.
It's me over here in this box. I'm right here, waving.
He's waving on the YouTube. And hey, I'm Jason. Thank you so much for being here. It's that time of year. The Cracktastic Plastic crew is counting down the very best toys of 2024. Oh, it's one of my favorite episodes.
I know.
After a year of epic releases, surprising finds, and some tough choices, we're ready to unveil our personal top 5 picks. Which figures, playsets, or collectibles made the biggest impact on our shelves and our hearts?
Oh.
Join us as we debate, reminisce, and celebrate the standouts of the year in toy collecting. Whether you're looking to compare notes or add a few must-haves to your wish list, this episode is a can't-miss recap of 2024's finest. Oh, I'm getting nervous already. It's unfortunately my black tie and suit was at the dry cleaners, so
should have wore a tie. I thought about it actually.
Did you?
Like, should I wear a tie?
Yeah. Why don't we have like tuxedo t-shirts or something?
Oh, even better.
I know.
Let me quick draw one on my shirt.
You do that. But later in the show, Elgin's going to take us on a tour of a toy store, and that's going to be fun. And lastly, we'll hear from you guys on what your top 5 toys of the year are. Now, I can't wait to hear that too.
Yeah.
You can follow us on all the social media platforms, including Patreon, and those links can be found at our website, cracktasticplastic.com. And while you're surfing the interwebs, be sure to stop by our sponsor, toyhacks.com, for all your repro label needs. They have an armory where you can get some toy-accurate 3D printed weaponry and tons of amazing sticker sets for your toys. It's kind of their thing, stickers and decals.
Yes, which are totally different from stickers. Apparently.
We have a monthly contest that Elgin's going to tell you all about.
Every month we try to post something on our social media pages, and it's basically a contest for you to comment on, usually a funny comment or maybe just any comment really, as long as it's kind of funny and it tickles our fancy. And then we'll pick you, and you'll get a $5 coupon to Toy Hacks. You can spend that on whatever you want, whether it's stickers or decals or weapons or whatever you want. Yeah.
Stuff
and anything cool at toyhacks.com. So every month, check that out and make sure you comment, because the comment is how we pick you to win the thing.
We've been telling people that, right? We need those comments.
For a long time. It seems like every time. In every video I've ever posted, I feel like I've said it.
Okay. Well, yes, toyhacks.com. Man, I love our contests. They're so fun.
Yeah.
Well, all right, let's right now we're going to talk about we're not, guys. We're not doing that, because this whole episode is our year's thrill of the hunt.
Exactly.
Really.
Exactly.
Oh, so it's everything. How hard was it for you to narrow it down?
Well,
be honest.
It was a little difficult, mainly because most of the stuff I opened was from last year. So I had to discount all of that first off. So that was a big chunk of stuff that I have that's from last year.
Newly opened doesn't mean it came out this
year. Yeah, I know. It's but I opened them this year. No. It wasn't even made this year. It was made last year. So yeah, it took a while to kind of funnel it down to some of my stuff. But I almost just went like just everything Turtles of Grayskull. That whole line. I mean, honestly, that line, which came out this 2024,
could be 1 through 5, easy.
Very easy. Like that. That could. I mean, honestly, that's like the toy line of the year for me. Like that crossover series. It just it hit multiple layers of nostalgia and like just wild colors and just
Your
crazy crossover
imagination. Yeah.
kookiness. Yes, it's and like if I was a 10-year-old boy and it was like and this came out then, I'd be like, I want Christmas and birth just combine all the Christmas and birthdays together and get all the stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's kind of my take on it right now for that.
Sure.
But
That's good.
I do have some honorable mentions if we're gonna get into it.
Plural.
Right now.
Oh my God. I only picked one. Turd.
I only have one. I only have one honorable mention.
Okay.
I only ever do one. Yeah, but to start out, like talking about the Turtles of Grayskull, my honorable mention is this Krang, this My Android body, but with Krang's body in there. Basically, the Turtles of Grayskull deluxe set. Oh, there we go. Basically, their version of Megator, which was never really released in the States. It was released overseas, but their version of him with a little Krang inside in his body.
Cool.
Basically using the Andre the Giant body style, and you can have an axe where you can put it on his hand like this chain, this Morning Star type thing, ball chain, which is awesome with an actual type of plastic chain, which doesn't have any issues with the flashing like all the other stuff that they put out. But yeah, you can separate all the pieces, and this opens up, and Krang can come out of there, the little chewed up bubble gum that Krang is. And but yeah, this deluxe set, this was like one of the first deluxe ones that came out for this line, and it's just like the colors and just having an actual Krang with an android body is awesome. I would have loved to have one like an android body Krang combo as a kid when I was collecting turtles, but never got one. So this is the kind of the closest I've got, even though it's a crossover. It's pretty awesome and everything. So
Such a cool figure.
Honorable mention for toy of the year.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, mine is it was tough to really narrow these down. And it's all my fault because the reason it was so hard is because I bought a lot of freaking toys this year, more than any year before. It's this gosh darn podcast is just
ramping it up.
We all know.
Yeah.
So the 5 that I ended up picking seemed to me anyway like monumental moments in the year. Like they're such big deals. And I'm not saying this other guy's not a big deal, but my honorable mention is animated Motormaster. And he's a repaint of Optimus Prime, and he's a toy that never existed in the main line before. He existed in the show, and they our collectors club, the BotCon and collectors club, had their own like exclusives they were doing every year at their yearly convention. And one year they took 5 of during the year that the animated line came out, they took 5 figures from animated and repainted them all as the Stunticons, which are the combiner cars set.
Yep.
Now those figures don't combine because they never were meant to. They just took the kind of cool cars and repainted them like the Stunticons, and it was so cool. And it was just before my BotCon time, so I missed it. And I covet this set so much. I want this set so bad.
Yeah.
Because you can see Animated
Hey,
is my favorite toy line. I mean, after G1, I love
Sure.
animated so much as a toy line, as a cartoon. It's just the best of all things.
Sure.
And so when they repainted this Optimus, the animated Optimus, this looks like when they did that BotCon set. They call it the Stunticon jobs, the Stunticon job set. But so
Yeah.
this is the closest I'm ever going to get to getting that
Sure.
figure of the original animated Prime repainted as Motormaster. Has Motormaster things though. This new head, it's kind of a blocky style like
Yep.
his G1 figure, and he's got his Fu Manchu mustache. I mean, a little goatee.
Exactly.
It's you can't beat a toy with facial hair. So
Yeah.
I love it. These colors are great. Just that like neon green and purple makes
Sure.
it feel like a toxic crusader type of, I don't know. I just love it. It means it's just I'm so happy that this exists and
Mhm.
that it's the closest I'm going to come to get that figure. So my honorable mention is the Legacy animated Motormaster.
Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, that means it's time.
Time to
Oh, I
get
should have
into the number 5
the meat and
toy.
cookies. Wait, no. Potatoes,
Delicious,
the bread and butter.
delicious, delicious meat cookies.
Oh my god. So you're
Uh,
number 5.
so I wanted to have some kind of representation of the WWE Superstars line. They are kind of hard to find, unfortunately, because they're all at Walmart. Walmart stock are the only place to stock them, and it's kind of hard to find them. There's really only one Walmart that I ever go to that has them down in Missouri. So it's tough to like try to get them within the year. But as soon as I get them within the year, I do open them. So that's good that you know it
True.
happens throughout the year. There is a little bit of recency bias with this one, but it was kind of a toss up between this one and Doink the Clown because he was also released
Oh, you
this year as
love
well.
that doink.
The soft goods on Doink and just the head sculpt and how the look of him is like it's perfect. Like it looks just like the character. But this one trumps that one a little bit more because it is the big boss man.
Oh,
That's right. Ray Washington Trailer Jr. himself. That's
look at
right.
that.
And this guy is so not only does he have a nightstick and handcuffs and glasses, he has a soft goods police shirt with
Whoa.
a removable like harness strap thing. And his body is actually the bigger body because he was a big dude.
He was.
He, he's got the rounded chest
Mm-hmm.
torso that they did for Earthquake and
Yes.
Typhoon and probably even Lou Albano. I think they did the same, like because
Probably.
he was a thick dude too. And but yeah, they did, and they gave him a little chest hair too that this like painted on. You can kind of see it there.
Yes, toys with
little paint on chest hair.
hair.
I know, and then but yeah, even like the
A
head
little
sculpt of
smirk.
it, it's just like yeah, with this. Um, do you know he passed away at 41 with a heart attack?
Oh, I do remember that
And
now you
that's
say
like
it.
that's
That's crazy.
2 years younger than I am. That's crazy. Like how but
Oh,
a lot of
wow.
wrestlers they passed away young. But yeah, I mean, just it's like and one of the biggest thing, and I when I do the video of this, I'll have post a picture of it too. There's a guy on Instagram that does customs. So back when the WWE Eternia line was out, I really wish they would have had him out then
Yeah.
because they could have done the big Moss Man figure. And I had my Moss Man, my flock Moss Man, and I put all the stuff on. It looks so good. It looks
Yeah.
so good. Like I put the glasses on, the shirt, and everything, and it's a big Moss Man,
Oh,
you know. And it
so
was
awesome.
yeah. And so to have that, to be able to do that with this character, but finally have this character,
Finally.
and I love the golden age stuff of wrestlers, you know,
Oh, yeah.
the 80s and early 90s stuff, and and even like the cane that they put out looks great. You know, the second version of him and like joint, but this one it's just with the accessories and the soft goods and just the look of him, it's just like it's just perfect for that, for the Big Boss Man. So rest in peace. That's my number 5.
Awesome. Oh, I'm so happy you found those.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my number 5. Oh, geez. I know I'm nervous about my top 5.
Nervous.
Well, for
Why are you
several
nervous?
reasons. Well,
It's not Transformers. They're not. None of them are Transformers.
I
Wouldn't that be
I thought,
hilarious?
wouldn't it? I even considered trying to find a honorable mention that wasn't. That Voltron
Yeah.
almost made it, but I hadn't opened it yet,
Oh, right.
so I didn't. But anyway, no, I have more. I just know John JT976 Evil, our channel member John. He's gonna give me shit because I have some Optimus Primes on my list. I have Starscream's 2 prep, but my number 5 is the Studio Series 86 Mr. Commander Class Optimus Prime. This figure is incredible. Oh, I mean, just look at him. Just look at him.
Yeah. I'm
He
looking.
is, like you'll hear Turnip say later, and he said before he ordered this guy like way earlier than he had to and paid more to get him just because he wanted him so bad,
Right.
and ended up being so happy with him. He'll easily call him a masterpiece, and he really is. Maybe a mini masterpiece. I think he keeps up.
Sure.
I'll tell you what, I spent at least an hour just trying to get this gosh dang guy into a truck. And it was amazing. The engineering was incredible. It's so detailed. He looks so perfect. The last Prime, we always say this every good Prime. We're like, it's the last Prime we'll ever need.
Right.
But
Is
it's
this the
incredible.
articulated one?
This is, well, yes, but this is
not the jointed
in the
one.
new, right? Not
Okay.
this is a brand new
Gotcha.
engineered new toy for the new line that fits the new scale. That I've been since War for Cybertron. It all fits now, and it is the best Prime ever made. He's incredible. He's so complex, and he looks so good. Comes with a trailer, with a little roller in there, and to get a Prime with the trailer is just something special and sweet. And I thought maybe he'd be higher. I know he comes in higher on others' lists, but there's no way he can't not be in the top 5 Optimus Prime. Oh. Well, all right.
Number 4. So I wanted to have some representation of Masterverse as well.
Yeah.
A lot of great figures came out this year for Masterverse. Fortunately, a lot of them are in the box, the tote, because they're next in line for what I'm doing videos. However, I did have to pull this one up because of the ones that I have here in the basement. This one it was kind of a toss up between the Mattel Creations exclusive Snout Spout or this one. I love that Snout Spout figure.
Oh,
it's huge. It's got
incredible
light. It's got light piping in the eyes, which they haven't done. There's a large figure and all this stuff. But I love. Everyone knows I love the '87 movie so much. Like I watch it every year for my birthday. And so when this came out, I think I pre-ordered it on Big Bad Toy Store to get it because I knew I wasn't going to ever see it anywhere other times. And no, it's not Evil Lynn before he said that, which I need to get as well. But this came out this year, and I was like, I've never seen this figure before. I think they may have made one of the classics, but to have this one in Masterverse form, that's right. We're talking about movie Beast Man. I mean, it looks so much like the movie, like how
it really
much
does.
it is. It's crazy how good it looks, and just like the movie, we never had a 5.5-inch one. They made Blade, they made Sarad, they made Gwildor. That was it. Classics kind of did
didn't do it.
I don't think even Classics did now. Come to think of it, because they did some of the other figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, He-Man, Skeletor, and Blade. But yeah, it looks so good, and the box art is so
It's right
good
out of
as
the
well
movie.
too. I know and then there's some more, and then like that's the movie. That's the movie
Yeah.
shot of them,
Oh,
and it looks like it's so good. It's so well done. Like for head sculpts, it's amazing. And they even did a little teaser. They got what is that? There's Man at Arms, so maybe
oh,
they do Man at Arms, and then we got a little Blade right there.
oh, yeah.
So we might get a Blade. I'm hoping for a Tila, like that Galactic Tila, and a Man at Arms, like that old Man at Arms, and just
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean, the Skeletor we talked about last year, that was an amazing figure. But to like
So
have
cool.
this Beast Man, like this a movie Beast Man, it's insane.
Give
And
you
yeah,
all the movie figures.
yeah, and like even the logos, freaking
Oh.
movie logo. Yeah, it's great. Like I said, I love the movie so much, and to have like figures from the movie in Masterverse form with all the articulation and all the detail and everything, except for He-Man's crappy head sculpt.
I
Uh,
know.
but yeah, to have like the villains and stuff, I just need to get Evil in now too, and round out the the rest of the crew. So and then we gotta get Blade and Sarand and whatever that other crazy person was,
Little,
the
yeah.
hook finger. But yeah, that's my number 4 movie. 87 Beast Man, and I'm looking forward to
Oh,
opening this up in the coming weeks, probably next year. But uh,
I'm
yeah,
so happy for you, man.
it looks so good. And like he comes with a sword, and he comes with it's his armor and everything. It's just now I just need to find some like ammonia to throw in his face to recreate the scene in the movie. Ah! So yeah, that's yeah, but yeah, but I'm very biased with that movie, so that's
Yeah,
why.
a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah,
That's
it's
okay.
just a
I love
scotch.
that you love it.
Okay.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
my
number
number
4.
4, I can't believe, I mean, I can believe it because, we can own any toy we want if
It's
we
true.
just spend the
If,
money for it.
if you pay enough for
I mean, it's like I can't say that I can't believe but
it, I
yeah,
can't believe I spent all the money on this.
this is a toy that is really freaking cool. It represents, it's a transformer, and it's um should I just show it first? I just need to talk about it. It was part of a 2-pack. It's from a scene from
Okay.
Beast Wars, but it's not Beast Wars. It's a version of Starscream that I just can't believe I have and I love. It's
Oh
Ghost
yeah,
Starscream. And he was
yeah,
in a 2-pack, a Takara Tomy Japanese only 2-pack
yep,
with an insect guy. I don't, it doesn't even matter.
yeah. It's still
We
out
got
in the trash.
Starscream here. Yep, I did. It's gone. I don't even know where it's at. Uh,
The trash.
and
That's
Starscream
cool.
spent part of his life as a ghost in the continuity, and
Sure.
it's a really cool part of the story. And just to have, I'm so scared to transform it. I have, but
That'd be okay.
but to I don't know. It's just beautiful, man. All that translucent plastic, those blues
Yeah,
and reds and clears.
I love a good translucent toy.
Oh, I know. And it's my first Ghost Starscream. They've had a few out, and that's what I mean. I'm surprised I don't have one yet. Come on, there you go.
Sure.
But so when this one came up, I'm like, can't miss this, and snagged it and love it so much. Even his
Awesome.
head's translucent. It's just kind of like a smokier gray.
Oh yeah,
But
that's cool. That looks
it's
great.
so cool.
Put some like LED lights behind it, which show through it.
Should
Cool.
should
Pretty awesome.
love it, love it. I'm gonna set him down gently.
Exactly.
Oh gosh. All right.
All
What
right,
are we? Oh
number.
my gosh, are we on 3 now?
I know it's going by too fast. Too fast.
So fast.
All right, number 3. Of course, I had to have some representation of Motu Origins, of course.
Have to.
So there was quite a few Mattel Creations exclusives that came out this year for the Origin line. They were kind of really pushing that this year. It seemed like more. A lot of the stuff that came out this year was the cartoon collection, which I do have some of those, but I've yet to open them. But this one, uh, I it was kind of the best of the. There was kind of some stinker exclusives, to be honest. There's one back there that's
We know it's a
not
rock.
Extendar, but it's a rock.
Right, we
But this
know.
one is the one that I picked here. That's right. It's Cyclone
Oh,
with his reticular sticker. That's
so
still
important.
hologram sticker, and they even gave him an extra little, I don't know, spinny thing like. And then they gave him this little tornado hand and a
Like a
shield.
blast
But
effect, kind of.
yeah, plus a tornado effect. But you can pull his body apart like that and actually
Do it
spin
like
him
that's an action
like
feature,
it's
Elgin.
an action feature for Origins, which Origin has been not really doing that. They're
No,
like, oh, we're gonna make it exactly like the vintage ones, and
except
then
no.
not include any action features. This one, for to me, the Mattel Creations exclusive figures or the exclusive ones they do online should be special. They should be, doing this action feature or with
Be
Extendar,
more. Yes.
yeah, more to them, and but with Extendar, I didn't pick Extendar because the vintage one is like go into his body and they extend out. These are just things like pegs
Pieces.
he put onto it, snap onto it. So it's like, but this one with its action feature and with it looking so close
So
to the
close.
vintage figure, the colors, the face sculpt, the holographic sticker,
Lenticular sticker.
it's so crazy, and you can move this I don't know effect thing around. You can put it on top or bottom, which is take it off altogether. And I had originally I've had him posed by Eternia there because on the box art he's like flying around, and I want to have that kind of scene with him like fighting the snake, whatever it is. Like, yeah, he's kind of fighting the snake tower thing back there.
Nice.
So, but yeah, this for for a creation, Mattel Creations exclusive figure, they really hit out of the park with this one, especially after seeing some of the other ones that they were putting out this year, which I still got as a
Yeah.
completist. I was like, and I didn't have any regrets about not getting it as well.
Right. No
So
regret.
it's like, yeah. So, but this one is
They did it right.
yeah. It's like, yes, that's what it should have been. Like all along, that's what it
That's
should
all.
have been. That's all you had to do. Just make them spin.
Oh, look at that.
And it spins so easily too. The vintage one was kind of tough to spin, but this one is just like it's so great. It just flies around. Yeah, it's pretty
Gosh, you
awesome.
about need another one of those blast effect wind things so we can.
I think he
Did he
might have
really?
to. I'll so only use
Anyway.
one because the picture only shows him with one.
Oh, okay.
So I was
Okay.
trying to match the picture
Yeah,
to or
that
the
makes sense.
box art to that because he has a shield going like this, and he's like the other blast effect pushing and stuff. So
I
I'm
like
looking
it.
at it over there. But yeah, that's my number 3, Cyclone from Masterpiece
Oh,
Origins, with an action feature, of course, for once.
love it. Well, my number 3. Oh my God, this toy.
Yes.
It's a toy that I spent most of my life not knowing about. This character.
Mm.
And just gonna move him closer. And even the first few years of the podcast, I didn't know he existed, this character. Because it was it's a Beast Wars character, a line that
Okay.
I kind of got out on. I never finished watching when it was on, and I haven't really gone back. I assume he's in the show, or if he's just in like Beast Wars kept going in Japan, Beast Wars second, and I definitely not on all those. So, and it was maybe like a month before this toy was announced. I finally came across it while looking at toys on the internet. And I was just like, what is this? Oh my god! Oh, I can't afford that. That's too much because he's a big giant combiner. But it's just he was the meanest looking, coolest looking dude I've ever seen in my life. Maybe because he was brand new to me, like that was part of the excitement. Slash, he was made up of dinosaurs, which I love.
Nice. Yeah, dinosaurs
So
awesome.
we're talking about Beast Wars Magmatron.
Mm,
He is giant. Like this is my head.
right.
Here's a G1 sideswipe.
Yeah, he's a big
Uh
boy.
he's made up of 3 dinosaurs. They all have different names and that aren't normal names, but
Okay.
I don't know them all. But there's
Okay.
this purple T-Rexian. It's not.
Okay.
There's this winged bird
Okay.
and this he's got this for a body, but then has this long ass neck.
Oh,
Guy
like a
here.
swimming, like a plesiosaur.
Swimming. Yes. And that might be
And
it.
then the other one's like
But
a pteranodon, and then like a almost like a raptor or like an allosaur.
yeah. But this guy, you look at his teeth. He's so mad. I love this red and gold on his green face. The way those fangs kind of wrap on his cheeks there.
Yeah.
Anytime that these like bird claws are on his chest like that, that's cool. You can see that's kind of his face there too, of the
Sure.
bird down in his chest.
Yeah.
It
That's
looks,
cool.
come on, focus. It looks like he's being held at the waist by more claws.
Yep.
There you go.
Claw abs.
The weirdish ish thing about it is that none of the dinosaurs have a robot mode. They're just dinosaurs, and then they're this, which is
Oh,
different,
it's odd.
which is a thing. It's different, but man, anytime there's something that's got wings on it like that that can just spread out like, oh, so cool, and just having this
Mm.
dinosaur head on the just God, he looks so fucking tough and badass,
Yeah.
so mean and imposing, and he's got this monstrous sword and super shield
Yeah.
here and big. Oh, and he's so big. He's way bigger than the original Beast Wars toy too.
Sure. Sure.
Which I'm just like, oh well, then I don't even need that one. I got this guy. Just see all these dinosaur heads and those
Mhm.
claws everywhere, and he's so mean and he's so freaking cool. Magmatron.
Macabotron.
So freaking
Awesome.
amazing. He looks so good on the shelf, those colors.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Awesome.
Love it, love it, love it. Oh gosh. It's getting about time. I'm nervous.
Oh yeah.
You ready?
Uh,
Number 2.
number 2. Well, I had to, I did have an honorable mention of this toy line, but you know, this is the one that of all of them that's like right now probably my favorite, and that's right. It's another the Turtles and Grayskull line
Yeah.
figure, and another deluxe figure as well. The deluxe figures are awesome. All the deluxe figures are awesome,
Oh,
really. Like I could have just had I could have all those honestly, like every deluxe figure that I have. But this one, it's special. That's right. It's Moss Man
oh,
with its translucent plastic
I
body.
love
Like
him.
all the green is translucent plastic. This little weapon that he has is also translucent plastic, kind of opaque. This kind of claw hand thing. I think that was hand, but it's like a vine claw that you can use in his hand. He's got these little tentacles on the back.
Oh, I
They
love
end up
that so
they end up
much.
reusing that for the next Stranger Things crossover figure for Vecna. It's kind of the same
I
pieces,
did see it in the store the other day. It's pretty.
and they're like this kind of purpley, also kind of opaque looking plastic. And those just pop off as well, so they can like however you want it to form. But just like it's just a translucent Moss Man. That just looks awesome.
Oh,
This kind of vine. He's mutated because of the ooze. So he's evil. He's actually evil. He's not a good guy right now. And
oh
just
no.
yeah, it's crazy. Plus, and the best thing is you can pop off his head,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh
they and they
yeah.
and they give you another head, which I'll pop it on here. That's right. He can turn into a Venus
Oh,
flytrap that articulates and is just like this giant. It's even bigger. Like if you add all the stuff on with him, it's huge. It's just this giant Venus flytrap head that opens up and like has a tongue that's kind of
oh,
translucenty as well. And it's like this neck part's translucent. It's so much translucent plastic on here, but it's awesome. I
that's
love it.
so cool.
But it's just like crazy. It's like
Can you put
combining
the other
like
parts back on? It looks so
yeah,
freaking good. It
it's
looks
it's
so
like
good.
it's like combining like 90s craziness of colors and vividness, but with 80s figures, and it's so good. Let me get this hand
And
back
it's
on here.
Moss Man. It doesn't just do it actually part of the story. It's Moss Man. It's plants.
Yeah,
It's
it's plants, it's
nature. It's
vines, it's a mutated plant, you know,
oh
with this vine head,
oh, it's so
it's
cool.
so it's like that's not stuck in my head. Like all these deluxe figures are huge too. They did
Oh,
the faker slash character Slaker, whatever he's called. And they did two Bop Steady. They did a Splinter Skull. They did uh, Krang, and just like they're so awesome. They
so
did a
cool.
trap jaw, mouse jaw. And it's like, but yeah, this figure
To
is just
have it
like
with that translucent green is just
yes,
amazing. You can't have
it's just
flocking,
right on.
but it's special. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, because the ooze is like they changed it makes more sense too. Like they
Yep.
had the forethought of like, okay, well we already have this flocked origins character. We already put that out. What can we do different but make it cooler almost? And it's like, dude, it's
They
just like
did it.
using translate. Yeah, it's just so. I don't know. That's why like I said, I could pick almost all of these Turtles of Grayskull figures for like my whole top 10, top 20, because there's so many of them. But yeah, and they're all crazy. That's a great thing. It's like
Yeah.
because it's combining all this stuff. And
Maybe
yeah,
you should
but yeah,
make that
that's
video. Just your top 10 Turtles of
top
Grayskull.
top 10. Yeah, I should.
Oh, man, that's
But yeah,
so cool.
it's awesome. It's yeah, it's just a crazy looking figure.
Love it. Oh, man, so good. So good.
All
Well,
right, that's it.
my number 2, I don't think it's recency bias, but
I was trying to stay away from that. It's pretty easy to like
it's easy to fall
do.
in, to not go
Yeah,
all the way back to the beginning. But
yeah.
my number 1 is back to the beginning. But this one's pretty new and just blew me away. You got to watch me build it on
Oh yeah.
an unboxing live stream. I don't do model kits necessarily, but I do of one character, and I'm really I was blown away from the photography when it first came up for pre-order, got me to buy it, and I was no way disappointed when it came and when I got to put it together. It's YOLO Park's AMK Pro Starscream,
Oh yeah.
and he has die cast in him, so he's not just a plastic model kit. There's metal parts, double jointed elbows and knees, and articulated fingers, and the paint details. I think what really makes this special. I'm trying to think of where to show here. Half of it's just getting this damn thing to focus, but
Yeah.
yeah, you can just see the worn paint on this knee
Oh yeah.
here,
That's right.
but that's all intentional and purposeful. You can see kind of rust in the grooves a little bit. Oh my gosh, he looks like he's been through hell. so fun to pose and play with. He has a little bit of blast effects, like his coming out his thrusters there. He's floating in the air. He's got some that come out moments in the show. He'll shoot stuff out of his chest, so there's some stuff for that. He comes with 3 different faces, and I just couldn't believe the articulation and just the weight and beauty of this bad boy. I'm in love. I'm in love. I love him, and it's great. And it's it's a masterpiece that just doesn't transform, but
Right.
goddamn, I love it. He's so great. It's so great. That's it.
Awesome.
Well, let me see. How can we stall here? What can we? So then the other day, I was like, just kidding.
Yeah, so I was thinking about like looking at top 5. Like I wanted to include, so many good toys. I wanted to include the turtles, the remastered turtles, but I was like, well, I have to pick one. There's 4 of them.
You're
I think
very
that people,
judicial in your top 5. You really
yeah,
want to
I wanted to have
represent
specific.
you.
Yeah, and these, I was like, well, I could pick the Donnie, because that's my guy
Yeah.
for the remastered '88 remastered figures that came out of Walmart, but the head sculpt is technically Leo's. That's the one thing that kind of messed up on. They swapped the heads. It's fine, and they're great figures. I mean, they can stand up. They're articulated. They come with little base like stand things that you can build into a scene, and very cool weapons, and just like the paint apps on them are great. I think a lot of people slept on them this year, and they're gone. Like they never went to clearance. They basically went there in the aisle at Walmart, and then when they sold out, they were gone. Like,
Yep.
and when I saw them, I'm like, I found all 4 at once, so I bought them at once. Like I bought them then. It was really a no-brainer. Really, I mean, it's like they looked great. I mean, they still look great. And I have them up on the shelf, and they're fighting other like BST, like best action foot soldiers, that 4-pack. I have each one fighting a guy, so it's like and it works great. They look great too, and they articulate everything. So I was like, well, I can't pick all 4, so I was like, so
Yeah.
that's out. That's out, and there was some. I was like, well, I opened these Dungeons and Dragons stuff, the owl bears and stuff. I was like, well, that's
Sure.
last year, but that was like last
Yeah.
year's toys, and yeah, it was tough to kind of narrow down on what. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll have some more wrestling stuff, like actual wrestling figures, as opposed to like the
Mm-hmm.
Superstar line or something like that. But then I was like, well, the one I want to talk about, the Stone Cold Monster Truck, that came out last year because it
Yeah.
was clearance off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up just kind of like going through the checklist of like what what do I have?
Yeah. Elgenomics pushed a lot of these off the list.
That's true. And I was trying not to do recency bias as well. It's like, well, I
Yep.
could talk about that pizza thrower I just talked about, because that's an awesome figure. Like all those
Means a
classic
lot.
stuff
Yep.
that came out, like those are very cool and still stuff I need to get. There's the toilet taxi, with Donnie on it. It's like I still need to get that, and that would have been. I just haven't bought it yet because I haven't seen
Yeah.
it on sale. But that's kind of just all things I'm like going through my head of like you know what do I have that actually came out this year. I haven't. Most of the stuff, like I said, came out last year that I talked about or opened or have on the shelf. So yeah,
Yep.
it's
But
tough sometimes.
it might not be a surprise as we
Yeah,
get
it's
to it.
number one. It really shouldn't be a surprise for me. I talked about this in full length on episode 80 of our podcast. If you want to go check that out for like a full length talking about it. Of course, it's Eternity Towers. It's right back there. That's my number one. It came out this year in March, actually February. It was delivered. I did a whole video building it as well, and we talked about it on the podcast as well. I brought it in, went through all the features and stuff like that. But it's in its forever home now downstairs here in the man cave.
Don't make
um,
me move it again.
yeah, exactly. And I like I said, I tried to put like figures with it that's on the box art. So like having Grizzlor hanging off the front, that's what it looks like in the artwork. And I had Cyclone hanging right down there against the Viper Tower back there. And then I have Rock On and Extendar back there. Extendar's up on that tower and Grayskull Tower, and then Rock On is just kind of hanging out down here because he's supposed to be flying in. I have him
Yeah.
like on fishing line and stuff like that. But yeah, it's no surprise that this monstrosity of a playset is my number one. It's not only my most expensive purchase, but it's something that I'm glad I got and not have regrets about not getting it, especially
Oh my gosh.
on the aftermarket when it was going to be double or triple price for a figure for this playset. I mean, it has a working tram system that goes around it. I can't really operate it here because it's so close to the wall, but I just have it kind of displayed with this one's kind of out hanging
Yeah.
out there. Um, and it even came with a King Grayskull. He's way up in the top there on the gun, mounting on the gun. And then Modi's way down here. Of course, came with the moat monster.
Modi!
Oops, the moat monster. There he is as well. So comes with
Mostly
him.
for that guy. Yep.
Yeah, stuck him down in the bridge area, I guess, down there. But yeah, it's got working. The arms move and the jaw opens up and grabs somebody there, and the drawbridge opens up as well.
It
Tons
does
of
all the
features.
things.
Yeah, and then the drawbridge closes back on the Grayskull prison area thing. But yeah,
It's true. It's truly incredible.
it's insane. Like how good, like one it looks, and it is bigger than the original one as well. And just like, but to be able to get all the pieces, a complete, 100% complete,
Oh,
and working Eternia Tower is amazing. Like I'm still like in shock that I have it. Even though I see it every time I come down here to do videos, and it's in my background for every video. Um, yeah, get that money's worth out of it, for the
yeah.
videos. But um, yeah, it's just it's an amazing backdrop and also playset too as well. And when I had it upstairs, when I first put it together and combined it with Origins Castle Grayskull and Origins Snake Mountain and had all three of them together, like on each side of it, was awesome. And I think there's a quick pan through video of that I did with Ethan. We put all the figures inside of them and just had them like climbing all over stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's at the end of my Eternia build video. We did kind of a quick fly around with all the stuff there, and but yeah, it's just amazing, just amazing playset that never in my dreams I think I would own. First off, or that they'd even make another one, like a remake it. When this whole Origins line came out, it's like, okay, obviously they're gonna make Castle Grayskull, but then like, I was like, oh, they
It's
get
just,
they made this. They made this before they made Snake Mountain.
yeah.
Like it was like you would think that the next thing would be
Right.
Grayskull, Snake Mountain, then
Yeah.
Fright Zone even, and then turn your weight. But they were like, no, we're gonna jump ahead, and
Doing it all.
and yeah. So it was glad they did, but yeah, it was stressful waiting for it, like almost
Yeah.
2 years, I think, year and a half. It was a year
Oof.
and a half wait for it to be sent. I did have some issues with the box and with it being damaged, and I did get some compensation from Mattel after bothering them enough. But yeah, it was yeah, it's they're like, yeah, just send it back. I'm like, I'm not sending it back.
No,
Like,
I'm never
it's
letting
the
go of this
box.
again.
Yeah, it's the box. It's just anyway, it's fine. But but yeah, it's just I don't know. Every time I look at it, it's just like
It's real.
it's like, yeah, it's here. It's right here. pepper lion in the
Yeah.
front. But yeah, and I did have a different the King Grayskull. He's on these man and the little guns, and these guns fire as well. They shoot out little missiles. But like getting a King Grayskull version, basically the Masterverse version of him from the show Revelations. Um, it's like sockets and everything. But I think I had that other vehicle because it was taller. But I'm like, well, if I'm gonna make the box art, I should probably swap those around and put him actually on manning it, like he was on the box. So set him down. Yeah, I kind of almost wish that like it was I had it the other way around, but it
It's
looks
just
so
as
good.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and there's so much stuff behind that it's I almost need it like on a giant uh, lazy Susan type thing.
Yeah.
That spins around, on ball bearings.
There you
And just
go.
have the whole thing is spin it around. But yeah, I mean, there's so much good stuff, especially because it's 3 levels of fun uh, with the elevator and with like the rooms, each of the rooms itself. It's just like it's just a very interesting look inside as well. But yeah, that's my number one. It's
Maybe
no
obvious,
recency
but oh
bias
man,
there.
yeah.
It's no
No.
recency bias for me, but for this one, but it's just it's.
So happy
I
for
mean,
you, man.
I could even say like each part is like it could be a top five. With having King Grayskull and having Modi and having all this other stuff.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, we didn't get Keklar, the High Priest guy. We didn't get enough
Yeah.
people buying the set, so I was hoping that they would just release it on Mattel Creations, but they haven't yet. Oh well.
All
Anyway,
right.
that's my number one.
Okay, well, like same for you, fulfilling a certain kind of childhood dream. My number one did too.
Awesome.
Uh yeah, it really did. It was this, I mean, I say everyone, but I know for me, and I know a lot of kids, this is something that we always wanted, always thought we wanted, always hoped for, and we never got, and didn't think would ever in a million bazillion years be a thing that
Mhm.
could or would exist. But um, I'm talking about Takara's missing link Optimus Prime. You mentioned it a little bit ago. The the basic story is they took the original G1 Optimus Prime that we know and love and have played with a million times that has very little articulation,
Yep.
and they gave him articulation. He can lift his arms now. He can move. He's got bicep swivel, and his
Yeah.
legs can. He's got knees. He's got
Right.
uh,
Does
ankle
he have
tilt.
ankle?
He's
Ankle? Yeah.
yeah. He's got ankle. He's got all the things. He's got an ab crunch, which I'm not going to do right now.
That's crazy. They
Yep.
would
He
give him
can.
ab crunch. Hmm.
He's got all sorts of articulation, and they made two versions. This is the one particular one. It came with the trailer. Same
Of course.
thing. It's exactly the same, but different. But
Sure.
that was based on the toy, so you can see his yellow eyes like the toy had,
Hmm.
and the not bluish stuff. But yeah, all these stickers are applied and or molded in. Like this was a
That's,
sticker, but now it's molded like raised pieces, and it's just
that's awesome.
unbelievable. It's just so gosh dang amazing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's an amazing toy, and I love it. I love it. And they so there were two different Optimuses that they released,
Okay.
and now they're doing this missing link treatment on two more, on a Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper, the little mini bots,
Yep.
and they're gonna have wrists and knees and elbows, and they can hold a gun. And
That's crazy.
but yeah, just an incredible thing. Because it's the toy. I mean,
Right.
it transforms the same. It's the same toy we've been playing with for 40 years, but they finally figured out a way to make him better and modern
Yeah.
and can do all the poses, and it's just unbelievable. It's such a cool freaking thing. I mean, anything G1 or, vintage that can be anything vintage, like your Origins, just to be that
Sure.
close,
Yep.
you get the feelings,
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
easy to have the feelings. So
Definitely.
it hits all that for me. Just holding it, just touching it. Oh my gosh.
Are they gonna make a Megatron?
Well,
As a
they,
as a
they're
as a
saying
pew
that
pew?
no, they
No.
can't. It's actually been a big topic for the Studio Series line, the Studio Series 86 that are for the movie.
Right.
Well, he's a gun,
He turns
and
into a gun.
and they
Starscream
can't
uses him.
they can't make guns for kids, and
Did they just say
so
adult collector and then get away with it? Loophole.
nope. And so it's just not going to happen. So everybody's butthurt about it. I mean, can't break the rules. I don't know how to. Anyway,
I
I don't
know.
know what they'll do, if they can do anything, but that's the hope. I mean, but take any of the G1 figures, they're just straight bricks. They might have shoulders, maybe their head turns.
Sure.
Optimus's head does all sorts of stuff now. All those could use a treatment of this missing link.
For sure.
Be so cool, man. Oh, just
It
so
would be.
exciting. But all right, I think we did it.
I think so.
Top 5 toys of
Mhm.
2024. Oh my gosh, didn't think it was possible. Well, let's take a quick break. You'll hear from our podcast network, the PFPN. Lots of really cool shows over there for you to check out. You should do it, and this lady will tell you how.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal: providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
All right, we're back. And now it's time for Elgin to take us on a store tour.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So good.
All right. Today's store is called When Toys Were Toys. That's right. It's at 12200 Brentfield Drive in Dunlap, Illinois. That's a suburb of Peoria, about 20 miles, basically straight north of Peoria. And it's located about 3 hours and 10 minutes straight east of Ottumwa. So if you just keep going to Burlington, just keep going straight east, you'll run into it in a few hours. It's dedicated to high quality vintage toys that include Star Wars, Motu, Thundercats, Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and much, much more. Did you know that the town was established on June 12th in 1871 on 40 acres of Alva Dunlap's land? That's what the name the town is called, because it was on his land. The Dunlap estate was apparently visited by Abraham Lincoln at one point and used as a stop on the Underground Railroad. So quite a bit of history in this tiny little town, suburb of Peoria, of Dunlap, Illinois. It's Dunlop. Yeah. Anyway, that's When Toys Were Toys at 12200 Brentfield Drive, Dunlap, Illinois.
They got a heck of a selection. I was on their Facebook page checking it
It
out
looks
earlier.
very cool.
They got some stuff. Like, how
They
have
got
we
some
not?
vintage,
Yes.
you know. Probably because it's Peoria is so far south of like
Yeah.
Chicago, where we normally go. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you just go straight out of Burlington, cross the river, and keep going east, you'll run right into it. Like it's
Let's go.
literally going there. And there's a blood center in Peoria too.
Nice. Well, all right. Peek behind the curtain. We're recording these a little ahead of time, and so I didn't get the Talking Toys question out very fast. So there's not a lot. So I still hope everyone leaves their comments. I want to know what their top toys is. We got one, but
Yeah.
So anyway, here's some Talking Toys. That's right.
All right, this comes from Patreon member Chris Turnip Sims. He's give his top 5 toys. I'll start with his honorable mention first. That would be the Studio Series 86 Swoop, along with all the other leader class Dinobots from the last few years. The fact that they were able to get out all 5 Dinobots at leader class at retail is incredible, and they all look amazing standing next to each other. That would be something that I would like to, if I was going to get some Transformers, would be all of the Dinobots in that
Yeah.
Studio Series. They're kind of pricey, but I think still the ability to get them all in that format would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Other than buying it vintage, which is like even more
Yep.
expensive. So his number 5 is the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. Says this represents everything I hate about the shrinking size of Transformers while the prices keep going up. Good thing I got him on sale for $15, so I think he's fantastic. Well, he's using
Oh.
Elgenomics, so that's I would agree with that statement.
Yeah.
His number 4 is the Studio Series 86 Leader Class Springer.
Mm.
Hasbro has had a really annoying habit the last few years of releasing a figure, then re-releasing a repainted and/or remodeled better version a few years later. Annoying or not, this is a fantastic remold of the slightly janky Voyager Springer from Siege.
I like that he's kind of like talking shit about Hasbro in each one of these so far.
I know,
I mean,
it's like
he comes back with good stuff, but
right.
it's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, that's him in a
Let's
nutshell.
turn it.
His number 3, the Legacy United Cybertron Universe Starscream.
Mm.
Every now and then, there will be a Transformer where you could ignore the transformation aspect and still have an amazing action figure. This is definitely one of those.
Very cool toy.
So kind of like backhanded compliments for all of
Right.
these.
Yep.
His number 2, the Legacy United Magmatron. One of the weirdest Japanese Beast War toys done extremely faithfully at the Commander class price point. What was the concept meeting like where this was even an option for a US release? It's a good question. I wonder what it
Mm-hmm.
was. And his number 1 is the Studio Series 86 Commander class Optimus Prime.
Mm-hmm.
The premier G1 Prime below Masterpiece prices, he is the absolute best regular retail version of Optimus Prime. And I can't wait to buy a G1 Toy Colors version.
Oh yeah, that'll be awesome.
A lot of Studio Series in this list.
It's just
Those figures are great. Like those Studio Series, all the figures, like I said, all the Dinobots look great as well. So can't fault them for that.
There's just that next level of care in them. It's
Yes,
they're quality
getting
wise.
closer to Masterpiece level of Transformers.
That's true. All right. Well, thanks, Turnip. And like I said before, we'd love to hear your top 5s. Let us know what your favorite toys were this year. Leave us comments wherever you're listening or watching. We want to know what we missed because
watch the show and
tell Elgin
say
how
you were
he's wrong. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And tell Jason how he's wrong.
Yes, I know they will. They'll all say that. I know that.
Like, I can't believe you picked a Transformer that didn't even transform. How dare
hear
you?
it. How many Optimus Prime? I know it's gonna be.
I'm gonna write that right now. I'm just
It'll be you.
Yeah, like I'll go under Ethan's YouTube page and be like,
You
that
would.
Transformer, that dumb Transformer doesn't even transform. Click.
Well, before we go, definitely want to let you know that if you want to help out the show, and you can just tell a friend. That's the easiest way. It's so
That-
easy.
Who would
You
have
just
thought
turn your
that
head
that
and
would
say,
be
"Hey."
the easiest?
Well, yeah, you got to have friends. I know that's where everyone will
Oh,
say that's the hard part, but it's
true.
actually not so bad. But yeah, just tell your friends about the show. And but if you want to do a little bit more, you can do things like leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts,
Do
or
that.
you can become a channel member here on YouTube. If you go to our channel, it just says join right there for 99 cents. You can become a channel member. You get your name all pretty colors with a sweet icon next to it. You get exclusive emojis. You get all sorts of cool perks, shout outs,
Yep.
and all the things. It's great. And if you want to do even more and be more awesome, you can go right there to patreon.com/Cracktastic Plastic. Choose the tier you best suits you and get your perks. Get them. Do it.
Grab 'em.
And one of those perks is to get your name read on the show. And we'll do that now. This is so a big thanks to our patrons Tony Miller, Chris Turnip Simmons, Alex LaForest, Bill Fisher, and Colin Bunn. Thank you guys so much for being patrons and talking toys with us. It's so much freaking fun.
It is.
Especially once we got Colin in there, just like he just
Oh,
hit
man.
that chat, just got it fired up again, got everybody like, oh, what's Colin got? I want to know what. It's so
Exactly.
great. So great.
Good
All
time.
right. Well, until next year, I don't know. It's around the end of the year. Who knows what's going to
That's
happen?
true. Yeah.
I say every time, maybe I'll start listing things as I get them. No, that's not going to happen.
Oh,
either.
like in a spreadsheet?
like get ready for next year's top 5.
I like to
There's
scramble
no.
just before, like
Oh,
a few
okay.
hours before.
It's not just me. Okay, I like it. All right,
The
let's
day
do that.
before. Like, I was like writing it, so I wrote it on a post-it note this time.
I was in my phone today, just like, oh God, what do I do? What do I do?
And I was like marking stuff off. This is like the second draft of my post-it note. And it was
Love
like
it.
the first one was like all messy, and I was like, I have to rewrite it so I can read it, you know. But yeah, I had it here.
But I don't know about you, but
Scenes.
I feel really good about my top 5. Like I really like them. I like
Yeah.
mine.
I like my number one.
Yeah, well, of course. All
But yeah,
right. Well,
I mean, like I said before, I could have put all the Turtles of Grayskull on. Honestly, like that line for me
yeah.
is like the Rulers of the Sun last year. That line, that sub line, is awesome. And this Turtles, I don't know how much longer they're gonna keep making figures, but they put out 5 waves in 1 year, which is ridiculous. By the way,
Crazy.
Mattel, slow
Yeah.
down. my wallet's crying. But yeah, it's awesome. I'll definitely be sad when it ends, just like the WWE turning line and just like the Rulers of Sun. But
And just like this episode, we're going to get out of here for today. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out and talking toys and listening and watching and telling friends and all that as we make funny hand gestures at you as we say goodbye. Talk to you later.
bye.
Oh, I got to hit the thing.
Thank you for listening to the Cracktastic Plastic Podcast. But not so fast, my foul fiends. Don't forget to follow these fools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And visit cracktasticplastic.com. I'll be back.